My dear students, as we discussed about different interviewing pitfalls, now we have to consider some of the very important points that how to conduct an interview. So let's discuss how to conduct the interview in a successful way. The first point, you know the job. If you know the job that for which particular position you are going to hire an individual who is sitting in front of you, then you are better able to ask better questions. Then your job interview would be more effective and efficient. So it is very important to know the job. Number two, know the personal characteristics, skills, and qualification required for that particular job. So first of all, you need to know the job, and second, you need to know about the qualification. You need to know about the characteristics which are more appropriate for the job. You need to know about different kind of a skill set which is necessary for to perform that particular job. So know the job and then know the personal characteristics, skills, and qualification of the person required for that particular job. And after it, number three, you have to set very specific objectives. What you want to achieve through this interviewing. So if your objectives would be specific, then you would be able to reach on particular conclusion. But if your objectives are very broader, very general, obviously you would not be able to reach at the better conclusion to hire the individual or not to hire the individual. And number three, provide the proper setting for the interview. So whatever the setting, physical setting you are going to provide it over there, you need to provide that appropriate interviewing setting. So everyone need to be comfortable during the interviewing process. And number five, review the application form or resume. Sometimes interviewer never read the application form. They never review the resume. They don't know that who the person is, what kind of skill set they have, what are the different qualifications they acquired. And they just jump in and start interviewing. Obviously, if you would not have a background of an individual based on the application form and the resume, obviously you would not be able to ask appropriate question from the interviewee. So it is better to review the application form and resume before the interviewing process. Sometimes you just start reading the application form and resume during the interview. This is not a good idea. Better to prepare in earlier way. Then you can be more effective in the interview. Now, number six, be aware of prejudice in the interviewing process. Number seven, don't take snap decisions. Never ever take snap decisions during the interview because it would be very harmful for you, for your company, and for the applicant as well. So avoid it. And number eight, put the applicant at ease. Why? Because you need to ask better answer. You need to ask better information from the person. So if you want to get better information, if you want to get appropriate answer, it is better to put the application at ease. Once the applicant would be at ease, he would be in a better mood to explain about his characteristics, which can be helpful to perform the job in the better way. And number nine, watch the body language. This is the part of a non-verbal communication. You don't need to only see that how person is speaking, but you also have to see the non-verbal communication of the person. And in non-verbal communication, most important thing is the body language. And in body language, the most important thing is the facial expression. So better to see the body language, watch the body language, because body language can give you a lot of determination about different kind of skills of the person. And number 10, encourage the applicant to do most of the talking. So because it is his interview, so you need to allow him to talk more rather than talking by yourself. So you have to give an opportunity to the applicant to talk more. And number 11, keep control of the interview, because the control need to be in your hand, because you are an interviewer and you have to keep control on the interview process. And number 12, explain the job, that what the job he has to perform after it. And then number 13, close the interview. It is very important to close the interview. There should be a formal closure of the interview as well. And then number 14, write up the interview, because human memory cannot retain each and every information which you are retrieving during the interview process. So it is better to write it. Write it point by point. You are writing it, or any of the panel member is writing it for you. One and the same thing. But it is very important to write up the interview. If you can record it, it is best. But sometimes some of the applicants are not allowed you to record the interview, so better to take notes. And then number 15, check references. Once it is done and the person is suitable, then check references at the end. So this is a very simple process of the interview which you need to be follow in following different steps.